Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time watching me, welcome. This is, at least from my point of view, my highly anticipated customs order. I've had this order for a couple of days and I haven't had a chance to film this because this is going to be a long one. I have 25 custom orders, not custom orders, custom blends in this order. And this is a very large box. I'm not sure if Jen and her team combined another one of my orders in this. I haven't looked at any of the blends, so I don't really know what's in this box. But I only have my customs list in here, so that might be what's in this box. But if there's more than just my customs, I'm just letting you know. I am coming to you today from my living room, and why I'm down here today, I'm usually upstairs in my dressing room, wax room, bonus room, whatever you want to call it. Marty calls it the surplus room, or the wax room, or whatever he's feeling that day. I'm down here because one, this box is 20 pounds, and I'm going to be taking a lot of these blends downstairs in my storage, and I really, frankly, don't feel like hauling them upstairs and then back downstairs. So here we are. I don't have a cute, fun background. It's just the window in our living room, and Poppy cannot be contained down here. I usually don't let her in my filming area because she likes to get into stuff. But if you do see a little friend in the background or in the window, I have that blind up in the back, so she sits and lays in her window during the day. Just letting you know of any potential catastrophes are Poppy induced. So here we go. Okay. L3, owned by Jennifer Westing from Junction City, Oregon. As everyone knows, for the most part, unless you haven't been on social media or shopping with Wax, Jen's going to be closing this coming September. She's working her way through the customs list. The customs list is now closed. It was open for roughly 2.5 years, and now it's closed. The list is final, and she's working her way down the list. I was called up right before she made her final announcement that she was going to be closing. So I was able to order a lot of blends. And usually I try to keep my custom, whenever I've been caught up in the past, I usually try to keep it to around 10 blends. But I went a little crazy this time, but y'all know why. So for customs, you can order wax, which come in, these are called doggy bags, like this. They're $13.95 each. And then you can also order a small menu of items from Trish with the bath and body section. So I know on the updated customs list and the new post that Jen made, I pinned it in the group up at the top, so you can check it at any time, see how far down you are, what number you are, all those things. Jen just called up another group of customs today or yesterday, and so the group of those people will be working on their lists, and then when they get through their satisfactory, they'll move on to the next chunk. So depending on how many items each person on that list orders can depend when Jen will move on to the next bunch. So when you order your customs, most of the time Jen will send you an invoice through her website or PayPal, however she's doing it, for however many doggy bags that you're ordering. So if you order 10, you would get an invoice for 10 plus your shipping and such. For me, you could, if you go on and you search custom doggy bag, those are only for customs. You can't just order those off the website. I've seen a few people searching around the website and asking those questions the last couple of weeks. You can't just order your customs through there. You have to email the list to Jen or customer service at l3waxywonders.com, get approval for all of your blends, because if she doesn't have enough of an oil or something, you just can't flat out blindly order X number of bags of something. So each order comes with an invoice. Whether customs or not, these are in each order. If you've been a customer of L3 for a while, you do know that. Like I said, I had 25, and then she also attaches the list on the back so you can refer to your blends. In the past, they used to put the individual oils on the scent label, but now they're just putting the name. If you choose to name your custom, which I do, I have a story behind every name. I like that we have that ability to name it and we get our own little label. So now they're just putting the name on the label, which is fine. because some of these are, they have a little bit of, not complication, but there's just a little bit going on in all these blends. So here we go. So sit back, relax, get a drink, get a snack. This is going to be a long one, but it'll be a fun one. So here we go. All right. In no particular order, because I don't know how these bags are going to come out of here. You know what scent I'm grabbing. Let's see. The first one I grab here is called Shake and Bake. I call this blend Shake and Bake. So Shake and Bake, let me find on the list here what Shake and Bake is. Shake and Bake, here we go. Zucchini bread, sugar cookies, and sweet cream. Now, if you've been in the wax world for any considerable amount of time, there is another vendor out there that has a very similar blend with these scent notes. So I was going to try to dupe that to see how are the blending powers at L3 compared to the other vendor that I'm trying to dupe from. So I love zucchini bread, and I have a lot of zucchini bread blends in this order here. So Shake and Bake. The other vendor's name is Fake and Bake, and it's Super Tarts. I'll just say that. This is my video. I can say that. Each doggy bag. These are kind of like the coffee bags you can get at the grocery store. I think they still do those in some grocery stores. And each doggy bag has random shapes in it. These happen to be, you know, I don't really know what to call these, what type of geometric shape that is. But this smells really good. It has zucchini bread integrity, but it also has a creaminess of the sugar cookie and a creaminess of the sweet cream. And why I'm going into depth with a lot of these blends, one, I do go into depth with stuff, but two, I know a lot of these, the last ready to ship that Jen had, not Pie Day, the one before, all my customs were in puppy packs and a couple of other blends. And I know they sold out really fast. And I had to grab more. I was lucky enough to be able to get more of my custom extras, but I wanted to see how this blend would compare to Shake and Bake. This is stronger in the zucchini bread, Fake and Bake. Whereas Fake and Bake is a little bit heavier on the sugar cookie and the sweet cream, but this is fine. I like this. It has zucchini bread, which I will never complain about. I'm personally stocking up on zucchini bread blends because Jen has one of my favorite oils out there for zucchini bread, and yeah, that is what it is. So that one is a relatively simple one to kick things off here. Next, we have, Fort Comfy. I named this one Fort Comfy. So, Fort Comfy. This one I made with my husband in mind. My husband Marty is not home. That's why I'm down here. He's at a golf tournament this weekend in southern Utah, so I know I won't be disturbed down here in the living room. Fort Comfy, he is into lavender. He likes lavender at bedtime. And I have been finding I'm melting lavender throughout my day, throughout my work day, during the day, just anytime I'm grabbing for lavender. So Fort Comfy, this is a blend. It's sweet lavender, sugar cookie dough, sugar cookie, cake batter, and marshmallow fluff. I was looking for a really great lavender bakery. Lavender blends so well with cookies and cakes and such. I just absolutely adore it. So this is exactly what I was looking for. The lavender is still there, and these have little shapes. This is a little palm tree, as you can see here. Isn't that cute? So this is a great bakery blend. You still have the richness, and it isn't just outright bread or cookie or bakery or what else did I have in here? Cake batter. It really isn't like that. It's just a creaminess and a bakery, like a generic bakery. But then you have that sweet and luscious sweet lavender that just rounds this about. I like this. This will be perfect for bedtime. It's not too strong, because sometimes in my opinion, lavender can be a little bit too strong. But this here, oh, this is good. I really, really like this. This was Fort Comfy. I know this is one I think sold out, this lavender blend. So I'm happy. I am 2 for 2 with how these have turned out. Jen is a very good blender, and her team. So I'm happy with this. Okay, this next one I called Moira Rose. Moira Rose. Well, I didn't tell you why I called this Fort Comfy. When I was in college, uh, when I was in college and I lived in the dorm, one of my roommates, boyfriends, he called. This is stupid, but it is what it is. One of her boyfriends. I say one of her boyfriends. Her boyfriend at the time. He called his room Fort Comfy. So she would always say he's in Fort Comfy, and that was his bedroom. So I always stuck with me, Fort Comfy is his bed. And I thought that was just such a clever term to describe a bedroom or a bed. So I'm going to be melting this mostly in the bedroom, so it's Fort Comfy. That's why I named that. And Moira Rose. This one, you'll see why I named this one Moira Rose. Moira Rose, of course, from Schitt's Creek. Moira is on the list of potential cat names when Marty and I choose to get our next cat. Marty absolutely does not want the cat to be named Moira, but Mama gets to name the cat because Mama's in charge. And Moira is on the list. I just think Moira is a cute name. Moira Rose, where are you on here? Moira Rose, okay. This is fresh cut roses, Boom Boom, warm vanilla sugar, and Dove soap. So I was thinking of Moira and the classy lady that she is, and Rose being her last name. I wanted to have a rose blend. I am one of the few, and I mean, I know there's plenty of us out there that do like floral and roses, but we aren't very common. We're not all over the place. So I thought the fresh, delicate scent of rose is so classy and sophisticated. So I chose to pick rose with Boom Boom because Boom Boom blends beautifully with floral. It blends beautifully with anything, in my opinion. But I wanted to do something that's higher class and higher end, and I know Boom Boom would perform well with rose. And then warm vanilla sugar, just because warm vanilla sugar gives a little bit of warmth, a little bit of caramel, a little bit of that caramelized sugar that I just absolutely love. And it goes well with bakery. It goes well with body care. And then Dove soap, I thought, for just that little bit of extra clean, that little bit of extra comfort that so many of us have used Dove soap at some point in our life. So this one here, the shape it's in this, and I can just smell this as soon as I open the bag. This is a strong one. We have these fish. I love the fish shape. I've had the fish several times. This one, I absolutely love this. Everything is blended seamlessly. I get that classic rose scent. And then I'm greeted with that Dove right in the back sniff. I'm not getting too much warm vanilla sugar and not too much Boom Boom. This is mostly rose and soap, but that's what I was looking for. I wanted a floral clean fragrance, and I'm very happy with how this one turned out. So that's Moira Rose. Let's see. Next, I'm here in the corner of the camera because I have my box off camera. Next, Sweet Caffeine. Sweet Caffeine. This one here. Let's see, where are you on my list here? Sweet Caffeine. This is a simple one. This is Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk. This is one that is tried and true. I love this blend. I had to get another bag of it because this is just a blend I want to have all the time. I actually purchased the B bar of Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk because not only is it great on itself, I mean, Cafe Cubano and spiced oat milk are two separate single oils. And blended together, they are just phenomenal. But then also, you can take this blend here and you can blend it with bakery. You can blend it with additional coffee. You can blend it with Boom Boom. You can blend it with something Palo Santo. You can just play with it, and if you get a lot of simple blends, and you can always blend on your own on the side. That's how I look at it. So Sweet Caffeine, this is Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk. So there's that one. Next, Old Faithful. Old Faithful. This one, and why I named that one Sweet Caffeine, just because I didn't want to call it Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk. So Old Faithful. Old Faithful, this is one that's poured all the time. This is one I've fallen in love with. This is Wild Berry Mousse, sugar cookie dough, and zucchini bread. So this one, I'm a wild berry mousse lover. I have been for a long time. Zucchini bread and sugar cookie dough. This one's offered all the time. She's poured it in scoops. She's poured it in shapes. She's poured it anything, loaves, what have you. She's also going to be doing Scoop-a-Palooza, which I about crapped my pants because I commented in caps, I did not need to see this. I better start a GoFundMe for my good divorce attorney, because if I'll Scoop-a-Palooza, oh man, I already have a ton of scoops. I have more scoops coming. I have more scoops in my big boy, my small toddler box that hasn't made it off the couch, because I'm deciding whether I should do a video on that or not. It's multiple orders together, or if I'm just going to take it right downstairs. I haven't. Several of you have asked me to do it, but I really think that thing would be 2 hours long, that video. So I'm deciding on that one. Scoop-a-Palooza, holy shit. So Old Faithful, I named it Old Faithful because this never lets me down. This performs beautifully. When this is warmed up, the wild berry mousse and the zucchini bread just play so beautifully together. Then you have a little bit of that sugar cookie dough to add a little bit of extra creaminess. I like their sugar cookie dough, and sugar cookie royale. To my nose, sugar cookie royale is the sweetest of all of them, because it has that, it's like a loft house cookie. It has that layer of buttercream frosting, that soft cakey cookie, and it's very distinct. You can pick out sugar cookie royale in a blend. Whereas sugar cookie is just, it's sweet dough to me. And sugar cookie dough has a little bit more of a creamy aspect to it to my nose. They're very similar, sugar cookie dough, but I think sugar cookie dough has a little bit more of a saltiness to it, and sugar cookie is a little sweet. That's just me smelling hundreds of times sugar cookie blends from L3, and that's just what I've picked up over the years. So I chose to put sugar cookie dough in this because I like that oil. So that's Old Faithful, and Old Faithful because it never lets me down. Okay. I have random samples in here, which I'll do last as I get to them. Sorry for being right up in the face, but... Okay, Ursula. This one, you'll know why I named this Ursula. Ursula, of course, from The Little Mermaid. With this one, I'm trying to go for a fresh lavender blend. Ursula has lavender cream. Lavender cream is a single oil, but it has lavender, and I can't remember what else is in lavender cream, but I believe it's in Dreamweaver. It's that lavender. And if you like Dreamweaver, that type of lavender, you would like lavender cream. I'm pretty sure it's what's in Dreamweaver. So this is lavender cream, a hint of herbal lavender, sea salt, sea minerals, and toasted mallow. So Ursula lives in the sea. She's purple. Lavender because she can be a little bit relaxing when she's trying to get what she wants, but then she's spicy from the sea salt and the sea minerals. That's my brain, and that's my imagination. So Ursula. My friend Rachel, who may or may not be watching this video, she's an old coworker of mine. Ursula is her favorite character. So I named this, and I was thinking of Rachel, so I thought Ursula. I'll go with that. So this one, this is damn good. This is so good. This is exactly what I was looking for. When I was working this blend, I thought about putting sea kelp. And if you've ever had sea kelp, it's kind of a salty green. I was thinking about putting sea kelp in here in place of sea minerals. But I thought, sea kelp might clash a little bit with the lavender. And Trish even pre-sniffed those together for me, and she said the kelp isn't the greatest. So I chose sea minerals, because if you've watched any of my L3 videos, especially last summer when they were pouring more of the summery blends, sea minerals, I know Christy gives me hell for liking sea minerals. Sea minerals is if you like Riverstone, and I didn't use Riverstone in any of these customs, but in my next batch of customs I am. Riverstone, there's a story behind why I like Riverstone. It touches my soul in that way. It has a mineral-esque creamy quality to it that is relaxing and spa-like, and what I would imagine, just complete peace at all times feels like. If you're in you just got to use imagination. If you're in a place where it's just calm and peace all the time, like you would always have that uplifting, clean, earth-like scent, around you. So I used sea minerals and sea salt because they both, sea salt is a great addition. It just adds a little bit of freshness. And sea minerals is a little cleaner and a little bit, they're tough to describe. But I went with that because I was thinking about a fresh lavender blend, a little bit of salty. I didn't want to use salty sea air because I thought it would be a little too salty. I had that in a draft, but I decided to go the sea salt route. And then I added toasted mallow for a little bit of extra sweetness, and I'm glad I did because it just, right at the end, it has that little bit of pop of sweetness. I know that might be nuts, but I'm so happy with this. This is good enough to order again. Another bag, in my opinion, at least. So we have Ursula, and Ursula's purple, so that's why that one's purple. Okay, another sample. Oh, the F word. Okay, the F word. I meant to look this up before I started filming. But the F word is just effing fabulous by Tom Ford. I know I'm a big girl and I can say the F word, but I'm not going to say that on my channel. This is the dupe for the fragrance by Tom Ford. It is a complicated fragrance. I'm not even going to attempt to describe it. But it's up there. If you like Baccarat Rouge 540, how that kind of has a sophisticated smokiness to it, this you would like. This is like the big sister to that because I find this is a little bit richer in the smokiness quality of it. But it still has that, oh my God, is that good addictiveness to it. If I think about it, I will put in the description the notes that are in the F word because it's complicated. I mean, if you know Tom Ford, he has Lost Cherry, he has Tobacco Vanille, he has Oud Wood, he's got Soleil Blanc, I think is him. He is not just a 1 or 2 note fragrance person. He's a sophisticated, his fragrances are sophisticated. So this one is no different. So this is the F word. Okay, let's see. Next. Okay, Art Vandelay. If you know the reference to Art Vandelay. Art Vandelay, this is Seinfeld, and when I was younger, when Seinfeld was on, I absolutely thought it was horrible. And only in the last couple of months have I started watching Seinfeld as an adult. And I'm almost 40, and it took me this long to watch and really get Seinfeld. And there are still people out there that absolutely hate Seinfeld. And Jerry's growing on me. You know, his type of humor isn't necessarily mine. My husband loves Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is Larry David, who wrote Seinfeld for the most part with Jerry Seinfeld. But Art Vandelay is a pseudonym, or whatever you want to call it, for Jerry's friend George Costanza, who's played by Jason Alexander, the short bald guy. He is a made-up character because I think in one of the early seasons, I think season 1, Jerry liked this woman and he was kind of stalking the office building where she worked because he wanted to talk to her again. And they had to make up a reason why they were there. And I can't remember why George went with him. But Art Vandelay, they came up with Art Vandelay. And that was a name. And at the time when I was looking for a name for this, I thought Art Vandelay because it's a name that if you know Seinfeld, you know what this name means, kind of a thing. Enough about the name. Art Vandelay this is a lemon blend. This is lemon cream, vanilla buttercream, sweet bakery dough, Danish butter cookies, and kettle corn. And I wrote a note to Jen, if the kettle corn is too much in this blend, just omit it. I don't know if she did or not. She probably would have told me if she did. But this is lemon cream, buttercream, sweet bakery dough, Danish butter cookies, and kettle corn. So let's see what Art's like. This is really good. This is exactly what I was looking for too. The lemon cream, I let lemon, even though lemon's strong, I let lemon, especially if it's blended with other bakery, I let it cure a little bit longer just because so that lemon and that dough will marry even more beautifully. I know these have been poured for a while, and theoretically they're ready to go, but I will kind of let them cure. I need to decide which ones of these I'm going to keep upstairs, because I usually work out of the wax I have upstairs, and the ones I'm going to put downstairs. I don't know yet. We'll see. This one, I'm getting, there isn't another fruit in here to compete with the lemon. Sometimes we have blueberry with lemon, sometimes we have raspberry with lemon, strawberry with lemon. I just went with lemon. One, my husband loves lemon bakery, and two, I really wanted to cream it up with the buttercream, with the sweet bakery dough, and add a little bit of something with that kettle corn. So I'm getting creamy lemon right now, but I like that. That's exactly what I was looking for. I am happy with Art Vandelay. So thank you, George Costanza, for that name. Okay. Just Breathe. This one's Just Breathe. Just Breathe. This one was one that I saw a few people talk about when they were when this Ready to Ship went live a few weeks ago. This is a cucumber blend. This is cucumber, garden mint, spearmint, and mallow cream. This is another one from Super Tarts that I was trying to create. Poser Spa, specifically, if you ever had that one. I think that's the new name. I don't remember what the old name was. But that one was a blend of cucumber and mint and mallow cream. Of course, the mints are different, but I chose to go with garden mint and spearmint, because spearmint, I like that, you know, spearmint's used in a lot of gum, and spearmint is just a crisper, cleaner mint to me. And I didn't want to necessarily use rosemary mint, because I didn't want that rosemary part in with cucumber. It would probably be great, but what I wanted was just mint and cucumber and mallow. So cucumber is so relaxing. Oh, cucumber is just so... It's so relaxing to me. It's so creamy. It's rich. It's not used very much. But when you really get a good cucumber blend, if you let cucumber into your home, you know, if you be a wild card and give it a try, it might surprise you. So what this one smells like to me, that mint is right there. And it's like in the back sniff, the cucumber is there too. But it's mint with that creamy, this is a beautiful spa scent. I am so happy with this. Just breathe it in. Just inhale and breathe. This is almost like if you have fresh spearmint that you grow in your garden. My Aunt Barbara would always have a spearmint plant outside, and she in the summer times makes sun tea. Sun tea, if you don't know what sun tea is, you put tea bags in a glass jar, sit it out in the sun, let it steep all day from the rays of the sun, the heat of the sun, and then bring it in. It has a little bit of a different flavor to it. She would always serve spearmint in her tea. Muddle it around a little bit, or you can make a mojito, whatever you need to. But spearmint just gives a little bit of freshness, and it's a clean freshness. There isn't any competing, like a peppermint or a watermint. I think watermint was, I've seen watermint before. Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but you know what I mean. Like some mints can be a little bit different. This isn't toothpaste, so please don't think it's toothpaste. I like this. That garden mint was a perfect addition because it gives that herbaceousness effect that I wanted, but it kept the integrity of the creamy cucumber. So yay, Just Breathe. Okay. Next one. Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. I don't have to tell you what that's from. I hope I don't have to, at least. But this one, Violet, you're turning violet, Violet. This is a blend that is another dupe from another vendor. This one is from Rose Girls, and what I was trying to dupe was her blueberry vanilla sugar bread, which is blueberry cobbler, vanilla bean noel, brown sugar, and zucchini bread. So sometimes, you know, if you're trying to go for another vendor, to have another vendor make it, sometimes they don't quite have the same oils, or of course we don't know if it's, you know, what oil vendor those vendors are using. So I think Blueberry vanilla sugar bread is one of the best blueberry blends I've smelled Blueberry Bakery throughout my wax experience. So I wanted to have Jen make her version of it. And let's see. This pretty much smells the same as Rose Girls. I mean, think about it. You have blueberry, you have vanilla bean Noel, you have zucchini bread, and you have brown sugar. You can't go too wrong with it. This is blueberry vanilla sugar bread. So if you've had that one, this is it. Oh, I love this one. I'm so happy that this turned out the way it did. Violet, you're turning violet, violet. So, yes, ma'am. And yes, sir. So, okay. Hi, honey. You can come over and say hi, babe. Okay, this next one is 10,000 Days. 10,000 Days is a Tool album. I love Tool, the band. My husband and I are actually going. If you know anything about Tool, the main creator of the band, his name is Maynard James Keenan, and Maynard has two other bands, A Perfect Circle and Pucifer. So Maynard is turning 60 this year, actually in April, and they are A Perfect Circle, Pucifer, and Primus, which is another band, are doing a birthday celebration for Maynard. So it's going to be all three bands playing, you know, not together, but they're all in the same collaboration to celebrate Maynard's birthday. And they're coming here in Salt Lake, and I am so excited to go. My husband and I bought tickets last year. If you'd like to say hi to Miss Poppy, she's right here. Here's my baby girl. This is Penelope Isla. She doesn't get on camera very much, but this is Miss Poppy. Say hi to all the nice people out there. Say hi. She doesn't like to be on camera, but here she is. This is my baby girl. Poppy will be 4 in June, and she's spoiled rotten, but she's my baby. So that's my girl. So anyways, 10,000 Days is a Tool album. It's got a lot of great songs on it. It's one of their best albums. That's what I named this one after, because I was listening to Tool at the time. 10,000 Days. Another lavender blend. I got a lot of lavender this time. I'm stocking up. This is lavender cream, pink sugar, strawberry, and mallow fluff. And I actually saw Tool last year for the first time in person. I was so just blown away. I love Tool. I'll stop with the Tool. This blend, when I was working this blend, I knew I wanted a lavender blend. And I had strawberry and lavender. I've had pink sugar and lavender. But I couldn't decide what route I wanted to go with this. I had a couple of other oils in here in addition to the pink sugar and the mallow, the strawberry. But it just got a little too much. So I toned it down and I kept it to the lavender, the pink sugar, the strawberry, and the mallow. Because this is good. This is so good. I mean, this has been commonly poured throughout all vendors. There's nothing really special to it. But I wanted to have a little bit of a sweeter strawberry lavender. Strawberry and lavender are gorgeous together, in my opinion. And sometimes pink sugar, I like pink sugar in blends. I don't necessarily like it alone. So you won't see me talk about a lot of pink sugar or even cotton candy blends, even though I think I have a blend that has cotton candy in it in here. But I love this one. And I wanted to have a bag of this because sometimes I like to melt a feminine lavender, and this one fills that job. So I am happy with that one. Next, speaking of Poppy, this blend is named Poppy. So I had to have my baby girl in there somewhere. Yes, Poppy, Mama's talking about you. Poppy. This one is, this is a blend that has been done before, but I had a blend from the Melted Moose back when the Melted Moose was doing her business model a little bit differently. And she had a blend called Strawberry Pretzel Jello. And I wanted to try to see what I could get Jen to make with this one. So in this blend is strawberry, pretzel, cheesecake, birthday cake, and whipped cream. And not just Melted Moose. Second and Spruce actually has she has a blend I got in my customs from her, actually, and it's called Jello Salad. And Jello Salad is verbatim the blends I named, the oils I named you. Strawberry, pretzel, cheesecake, birthday cake, and whipped cream. So I am not a cheesecake person in wax. In real life, yes, gimme. I'm the Golden Girls when it comes to cheesecake. But in wax, sometimes cheesecake can be a little sour to my nose. But this one, oh, that's good. I like this. This is scrumptious. The strawberry is the most dominant in here. I'm not getting a lot of pretzel. I think if I had this blend made again, I would want a little bit more pretzel dominance to blend beautifully. So almost like you're smelling the yummy, scrumptious strawberry pretzel dessert that so many of us have had, you know, in summer events or throughout the year. It doesn't have to be summer. But I really, I like this. It's fantastic strawberry, but I'm not getting too much pretzel. But on warm, we'll see. But I'm not complaining about this. And I named it Poppy. Poppy went, she has, I told you my cat is like a human. Not only does she play fetch, she has, my husband and I bought her at Petco for Christmas this soft ski lodge looking cabin. She goes in there and sleeps, and she's in there now. So she's going to be a good girl for Mom. So I named this Poppy because this blend has my heart, just like my baby does. So that's a strawberry pretzel blend. I like that one a lot. Okay. Okay, this one, some of y'all will know. This is Pink Dreams Are Made of This. This was a blend I got in my last customs from 2022. I wasn't caught up on customs at all in 2023, just because there were a lot of people in between when I was on the list before and now. And Pink Dreams Are Made of This was a blend I had last time, like I said. It's been requested by many of you, and it's been poured several times. It is, it's a custom blend I've poured. I just put on here, it's my custom blend from before. But what is in here is pink frosted cake, strawberry, buttercream, and waffle cone. There might be another oil in there, but I'm pretty sure it's just pink frosted cake, strawberry, buttercream, and waffle cone. So this one, I absolutely love pink frosted cake. If you know me, you know that. And strawberry pink frosted cake is just simply yellow cake frosted with strawberry frosting. That's all yellow cake is. I've made it in real life, and it's delicious. I love it. Yellow cake and strawberry is so good. So this here, I finished up the little bit of the bag I had a couple of weeks ago, and I thought, you know, it's fitting. I need to order more of this because I like this. So if you've had that blend before, this is the same. I just had to get another bag of it for me. Train's gonna go by, just as a warning. Looks like the only things in this box are my customs, which that's fine. I had a lot of them. This next one is I Know Something About You. This is a line, if you've ever seen, the crossing is right down there, so they have to blow their whistle at the crossing. If you've ever seen 8 Mile, I know, way throwback movie, 8 Mile, Eminem, about his life in Detroit growing up. When he does, 8 Mile was my very first DVD, believe it or not. But when he's at the last part, when they're having the rap duel, when he's going up against, I think, Papa Doc, I think that's the rapper's name, he goes, I know something about you. That is just a line that's always stuck with me. So that's why I named that this. And this blend is cream cheese frosting, sugar cookie dough, pretzel, waffle cone, and Mrs. Claus's cookies. This one I was trying to have opposite of keto from Rose Girls duped. Although in Rose Girls blend, she just says cookies. I don't know what cookies she's meaning, so I chose to have Mrs. Claus's cookies used because Mrs. Claus's cookies is a single oil, and it's pretty much just sugar cookie with a little bit of caramel in it. It's very similar to Vanilla Bean Noel. It's just sugar cookie, a little bit of an extra creamy sugar cookie. If I smell Mrs. Claus's cookies alone, there isn't much to it. It just adds a creamy aspect with a little bit of bakery to whatever you're using it in. So I Know Something About You is supposed to be opposite of keto, which, This one, I can really smell the pretzel in here. And I can smell, this isn't exactly, of course, what opposite of keto smells like. But, you know, it's not going to be an exact dupe. This, it's very creamy. I'm getting the pretzel. I'm getting a little bit of the vanilla from the waffle cone. This needs to cure because it's a heavy vanilla blend. You know, you have your cream cheese frosting, your sugar cookie dough, your cookies. This one will cure up beautifully, and I have no doubt that that one will be a winner. I really like that one. Next, this name you will not know, but I'll explain it to you. This is Bad Romance with Nina Cherry. So, Bad Romance with Nina Cherry. I get my nails done. I have an amazing nail tech. I have to show you my nails that she just did the other day. These are 4D nails. As you see, if I kind of bend it away from the light and then I move it back to the light, they look like they glow. That is actually a type of magnetic polish where she has to manipulate it when it's wet. So her name is Liz. I have to give her a shout out. She's Nails by Liz Higginson on Instagram if you are a nail person, or you can follow Polished Looks by Melissa from Springville, Utah. That is where I go to get my nails done if you need any nail inspo. So my two favorite polish colors. If you've watched my videos, you've seen I like red polish. Red lip, red polish, classy, classic. I love red nail polish. And I was going to get red this past time, but Liz said, "Hey, what about this? Let me try this on you." So I said, "Okay." This is like a lavender color. I mean, I know it kind of looks rose gold, but it's like a lavender color. And I had lavender nails last time too, but I let Liz have her creative freedom sometimes. So Bad Romance is my favorite red. It's my red. It goes well with my pale skin tone. It's a bluish red. I believe it is there's a nail system called Magpie from the UK. She uses Magpie on my nails. I believe it's Magpie, and if it's not Magpie, it's Luxa, if you're a nail person. And then Nina Cherry is definitely Magpie, and that's a berry wine color, and I've had that several times on my nails. So Bad Romance with Nina Cherry. I know Bad Romance is a Lady Gaga song, but in this case, this is homage to my nail tech Liz. So this one is Cherries on Snow, which is a Yankee oil. Cherries on Snow, Fuji apple, orange juice, watermelon cake, and whipped cream. So I love fruits. Cherries on Snow is, you can make it fruity cherry and just keep playing with your fruits with blending, or you can make it bakery. So I decided to go in the middle. So I love Fuji apple. Fuji apple is almost like an apple bakery to me. It's creamy, it's rich, it's luscious, it is phenomenal. And orange juice, I put orange juice in there because of Christy Hartshorn. She loves orange juice, and cherries and oranges go well together. And I chose to add watermelon cake because watermelon cake, if you've never had it before, it's a delicious, scrumptious, yummy watermelon bakery. You wouldn't think watermelon and bakery go together, but they do. Watermelon cake is a single oil. It's fantastic. So let's see what this one's like. Yep, that's what I was going for. You really smell the integrity of that Cherries on Snow. But then if you've ever had cherry and orange together, you know how they play very well together. That orange is rich. Fuji apple, I'm not getting too much of the apple in here because the orange and I shouldn't talk into the bag. The orange and the cherry are dominant. And the watermelon cake, I smell a little bit of it in the background. If you don't know what it smells like, you would probably have a hard time picking that up in here. But when this warms up, I think that cake will become a little bit more dominant, because watermelon cake, I might even just get watermelon cake again. I request it in scoops because it's phenomenal on its own. This is a great cherry citrus blend with a hint of bakery. So that's Bad Romance with Nina Cherry. Let's see here. This next one, Count Von Count from Sesame Street. Count was one of my favorite characters. 1, 2, 3, 4 in your sheep, you know, in Sesame Street. I don't know if Count's on there anymore. I haven't watched Sesame Street for years, if it's even on TV. But I'm talking about Sesame Street that taught me so much as a kid. The old school, the good Sesame Street. Count Von Count. Another lavender blend. This is Sweet Lavender. Sweet Lavender, Garden Mint, Rosemary Mint, and Creme de Mint. So I was thinking about taking the mint that I had with the cucumber. I you know, it's not a lavender blend, but I thought about, because I worked on the cucumber blend before I worked on this next lavender blend, and I wanted to have a good bit of lavender, and I do in this order here. So let's see what Count One Count's like. I like this. This is a different blend. This is, where are you? The Garden Mint and the Rosemary Mint and the Creme de Mint. I'm not getting, oh man, this is tough to describe because it's different. It's a lavender mint, and I wanted to try. I mean, some of these are experimental. I haven't necessarily had these before, but I'm not afraid to think outside the box when it comes to some of these blends, especially lavender, because, you know, lavender can go so far in my opinion. You know, you can blend lavender with bakery, you can blend lavender with salty, you can blend lavender with fruity. You know, blueberry and lavender for one is gorgeous. Strawberry and lavender. Lavender is so versatile. I took it on the mint route. And if you smelled rosemary mint, I believe, is the Aveda, the hair care, the Aveda dupe, I believe. Garden mint, I really like that garden mint. It's not tomato vines, but if you ever smell tomato vines, it has that green to it. Garden mint has a little bit of that similarity to it, to my nose at least. And I like that I get that in here. And that lavender it's there, but it's letting the mint come to the forefront. And that's really what I was looking for, was something I know that, you know, even if I have to add a little bit more lavender to this, I can. I'm very happy with this blend. I'm happy with every single one of these. I really am. Ugh, so good. Okay, next. This blend is called Tamika. Now, Tamika is Tam Carr. She's another admin moderator with me in L3. And Tamika, this blend, I tweaked hers. She got this, she was on the customs list before me. And she's had this blend many, many times. And I tweaked it a little bit in that I added something to it. This is Sweet on Paris, Boom Boom, Blackberry Sugared Violets, and Warm Vanilla Sugar. So I added the warm vanilla sugar to her blend. So if you're familiar with, I don't remember what she called her blend, but I wanted to try it. This is very good. So bravo, Tam. Bravo. I like this. I'm not getting too much warm vanilla sugar. She had told me that before she before she had this blend, she added marshmallow cream to it, or toasted mallow, or one of those oils. But she didn't want it to be diluted because she was just in love with this fragrance, and this is really good. This, you get that Sweet on Paris, which I'll admit, I don't have a lot of Sweet on Paris in my collection. Not because I don't like it, but just because sometimes it's a little too perfumey for me, and I don't always necessarily want to have perfumey. I tend to go more earthy or more bakery and a little bit of perfumey. This is sweet perfumey, I should say that. This is a sweet, like pink sugar perfume. Sweet on Paris is Bath and Body Works, but Blackberry Sugared Violets is a gorgeous, 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 gorgeous fragrance. And I would order another bag of this. This is good. I would even get it. I mean, I don't want to say I would get it without the warm vanilla sugar because I can't really smell it. It's just a little bit of an extra sweetness, I think, to it. But that's a gorgeous fragrance. Blackberry Sugared Violets is a great oil too. So that is Tamika. Okay. Next. Augustus Gloop. Augustus Gloop. Another Willy Wonka. Okay, this is a brainchild of mine. This is all of these are brainchildren to me except for a few. This is Cocoa Puffs, Rice Krispies, Salted Pretzel Milkshake, kolaches, and Mallow Fluff. Okay, I've got to get on my soapbox about kolaches for a second. Kolaches oil is, my shirt says mental health matters. I just have to say that because mental health really does matter. I had to run out a few places today and I got a few compliments on my shirt. So I just had to show this. Take care of yourselves, guys. Cocoa Puffs. I'm not a chocolate wax person, but I do like the smell of Cocoa Puffs. I had another, I don't remember if it was an L3 blend I purchased or if it was another vendor, but I really liked Cocoa Puffs because Cocoa Puffs, there's something different to it. It's not just straight chocolate pudding or chocolate cake. It's not fake smelling to me. And Rice Krispies, if you've ever had Rice Krispies in wax, I've had it in several blends. And you really can smell the Rice Krispie treats. You know, you melt your butter. You melt your butter and your marshmallow, and then you add your Rice Krispies in there, and it's just one giant glob that is so good. Like, and you can really smell that. It translates over into the wax. So if you've never had Rice Krispies oil, you'd be surprised. Trust me, I was. And then I added Salted Pretzel Milkshake, which is one of the newer oils Jen got from Bath & Body Works, and then kolaches. I was going to talk about kolaches. Kolaches is such a rich, heavy bakery oil. Some of my favorite kolache oils, kolache blends are strawberry kolaches, blueberry kolaches, green apple kolaches, lemon kolaches. Kolaches is a single oil. So I went with the cereal route, and I'm thinking Augustus Gloop, you know Augustus's character on Willy Wonka. I thought he would have cereal and marshmallows and a milkshake and kolaches together. So why not try them all together in wax? So, oh my goodness. This is exactly, I'm talking into the bag again. This is exactly what I was looking for. Just, holy hell. Okay, this is, where do I even start? I'm getting the beautiful, the gorgeous salted caramel milkshake. Just that creamy, luscious, perfect caramel. But it's also coating the Cocoa Puffs. So caramel and Cocoa Puffs. Then add in a little bit of that kolaches. If you've ever had kolaches, it's a pastry with filling in it. There's Harush's kolaches out here in Utah. They've been on Food Network. You can do savory kolaches with kielbasa and sauerkraut or cheese. Then you can have sweet kolaches with fruits and apples and fillings and custards and such. But the dough itself, I don't want to say it's like a Danish, but it's similar to that in the pastry aspect. It has a bread or a dough and a filling. So but this is heavy and rich. I've had kolaches several times. I've requested kolaches a ton. This, you get the integrity of that kolaches, and then everything else I said, and then put a big old squirt of marshmallow fluff on top of that. Oh, this is perfect. I love this blend. Hot damn, that is good. Augustus Gloop. Another sample. Okay. Fold in the cheese. This one, of course, is David and Moira making her mom's enchiladas, which they're trying to fold in the cheese. And my favorite line of that whole scene is, "Can you tell me just one thing?" You know, I love David. David is it on so many levels. I love that. I love that scene. So fold in the cheese. This is amaretto. I love amaretto. I've been yapping about amaretto for years. I love amaretto. Amaretto cream cheese frosting, kolaches, I told you, and zucchini bread. So, lots going on in here. Amaretto can take over a blend if it's not blended well, in my opinion. And I've had a ton of amaretto blends over the years. I wanted to add a little bit of the richness of cream cheese frosting to cut some of that strength of the amaretto. Then I added in kolaches because I wanted to fatten it back up a little bit, but not necessarily just with a cake or a cookie. I wanted to add a little bit of a denser bakery to it. And then I added, for extra fun, zucchini bread. Because why not? Zucchini bread makes everything better. This, see, like I said, amaretto, if you're new to amaretto just, it's kind of like, how do I describe something? A pretzel. A pretzel is a dough with salt. You know the salt is there. You really can't eat a pretzel without having a salty component. So you can't really have an amaretto blend without knowing amaretto is there. I guess that's a bad analogy, but I'm trying. I smell amaretto in here. And I have had in the past, one of my very first customs order several years ago, I had a blend called Ashley's Addiction. And it was amaretto, zucchini bread, caramelized pralines, and something else, I think. And I liked it. It was predominantly amaretto bakery. I couldn't get a lot of the other notes. But what I hope with this one is right now I'm just smelling creamy amaretto, which I'm not complaining about. Give me all the amaretto. I love it. I hope that when this one warms up, that the kolaches or the zucchini bread will let itself be known. And I think it will. This one just has to hit the heat. Fold in the cheese. Okay, next. Captain Hook. Captain Hook is, of course, the villain from Peter Pan, which is my favorite Disney movie. But when Poppy needs her nails trimmed, I call her Captain Hook because she has little hooks on her nails when she needs her nails trimmed. And she hates getting her nails trimmed, and she's due for one pretty soon. Dad does the trimming. He's the bad guy in that situation. So when I was working on this blend, she needed her nails trimmed. So I thought Captain Hook. Another lavender blend. This is lavender, buttermint, cotton candy frosting, and marshmallow fireside. I've had this blend from another vendor. I don't remember who, but I thought, actually no, it was another L3 blend. That's lavender and buttermint. Is it Slumber Party? I think the blend Slumber Party is lavender and buttermint and something else in there. And I thought buttermint, I haven't had a lavender and buttermint, not very much of it. And I thought I would add in cotton candy frosting because buttermint and cotton candy frosting goes so well together. And then if you can hear the kids, they're playing out next door. So they are hooligans next door. So it is what that is. And I am down here, so usually you can't hear any background noise when I'm upstairs. I wanted to add the marshmallow fireside in because marshmallow fireside is such a great blender. It is sweet and smoky at the same time. But it's sweeter than smoky. It's not campfire. It's not none of those things. It's just sweet smoky, and it's a great blender. Like I said, you can put it in anything, and it would be great. The cotton candy frosting I thought would tie the buttermint in very well. This is great. You can smell the lavender in there too. Lavender and buttermint go well together. This is a minty, but a sweet minty. Not garden minty, not some of the other minty lavender blends I had, but just a creamier mint. Think about butter mints, after dinner mints. I love butter mints. They're so damn good. creamy, luscious melt in your mouth. That's just what this smells like. Add a little bit of lavender into that, and then your cotton candy frosting. I thought about adding cotton candy craze, but I went with the cotton candy frosting because it's a little bit of a smoother cotton candy. Cotton candy craze is, I think, blue cotton candy, pink cotton candy, and blue raspberry cotton candy. It's a bunch of cotton candies together. And I thought that might be too dominant in this. It would overpower the buttermint and the lavender. That's where I was going with this one. Next, Muffin Bug. Muffin Bug is what my husband calls Poppy. I know, he's a big softie. This is Muffin Bug. She didn't pick her head up. I don't call her Muffin, that's why. Muffin Bug. This is another lemon blend, but it's a little bit different. This is Hello Lover, which goes by other names. There's Hello Lover. There's what's the other one that Hello Lover goes by? It's kind of like a sugared lemon. So Hello Lover, lemon cream, blueberry muffin, angel food cake, and sweet bakery dough. So that's what's in this one. The angel food cake was an afterthought. I thought, angel food cake in reality doesn't really have a smell to it, but in wax it gives just a little bit of something. And the sweet bakery dough, I absolutely love sweet bakery dough. It is, I can't quite describe it other than sweet dough. There really probably isn't much of another explanation to it. And then blueberry muffin, self-explanatory. Lemon cream, Hello Lover isn't necessarily a bakery lemon, so it's more like a sugared lemon. I wanted to add a little bit to cream that down a little bit. I wanted the lemon cream to offset that and then allow it to play well with the other notes, the blueberry muffin and the sweet bakery dough. So this one, that's exactly what I was looking for. It's a creamy, sweet lemon with a little bit of blueberry, but you have the angel food cake and you have the creamy bakery dough. So this I didn't want it to just be a lemon blueberry blend. I wanted to have a little bit of creaminess and a little bit more of a richness to it. And on cold, this is exactly what I asked for. Oh, man, look at all these lined up. I have a lot of these. Okay, next, this is Jambi. Jambi is the name of one of my favorite Tool songs. They played it at the concert I was at last year. And if you know anything about music, Billy Strings was the guest star. Maynard and Tool bring in a guest star if they can for one of their songs. And Billy Strings played the guitar solo part in the middle of Jambi. Jambi is phenomenal. Or Jambi, however you want to say it. This blend is another one. This is a Sassy Girl Aroma blend, actually, I was trying to create. This is Boo Berry, the cereal. Boo Berry, wild berry mousse, zucchini bread, and sugar cookies. This one was actually, is this blend Haunted Cookies? Something like that. This is what I was going for, though. I mean, this is a blend that other vendors have made. Really nothing special to it, but what I wanted to have another wild berry zucchini blend, and I love blueberry. Blueberry is such a good blueberry cereal blend. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's phenomenal. I love that the sugar cookies in here really cream down the blueberry, really cream down the zucchini bread, yes, but really the wild berry mousse. I absolutely love this. Oh, so good. Love this. This one is it's one of my favorite wild berry mousse blends I've had, I think. Here's my Chupa Chup, the lollipop we get. This is strawberries, actually creamy strawberry maybe. Chupa Chups. Yep, they have the whistle and the whistle and the stick. Maybe not that. Maybe this isn't the one that whistles. There's something that whistles. Lollipop. I remember from my youth. Coming down to the end here, guys. Only customs in this box. Okay. This next one, 90s babies or 80s babies. If you went to high school in the 90s and the early 2000s, you'll appreciate this one. This is called fruit integration. Fruit integration. If that name sounds familiar to you, it was a flavor of Fruitopia. Fruitopia is a drink that was made by Coca-Cola and it's now discontinued. There was a Fruitopia machine in my high school, and fruit integration was my best blend. Best flavor. I loved it. It was always sold out too. So it was a good day if you could get fruit integration. Now this one is just a fruity blend. This isn't necessarily what the fruits were in fruit integration, but I follow a bunch of I listen to a bunch of 90s music. I love 90s music right now. And I am in a couple of, 90s pages. I'm in 80s pages too, but in 90s pages, and somebody shared Fruitopia, and I thought, man, what happened to Fruitopia? So I was reading about it, and fruit integration made me nostalgic. So this one is Jolly Rancher green apple, watermelon, pomegranate, strawberry, and banana. So Jolly Rancher green apple, and there's Jolly Rancher watermelon too, but the Jolly Rancher green apple is, if you've ever had a Jolly Rancher, you know how damn good they are at making that fruit just be so realistic. I love that green apple. I wanted to pair it with watermelon and pomegranate. And so I was thinking, Vintage Chic had a scent called We'll Always Have Paris. And recently, within the last 6 months or so before Kirby closed, she released what We'll Always Have Paris was. And it was, for a long time, an exclusive fruity blend. But there's watermelon in it, there's pomegranate, there's mango something, and there's strawberry. Maybe something else. So this isn't quite that, but I was thinking about the watermelon, the pomegranate, and the strawberry at least. And I threw in a little bit of banana because I think banana rounds out fruit very well. This isn't a banana bakery. I like the banana fruit. So this one, man, but this, if you've ever smelled We'll Always Have Paris, this is similar to it, where it's just kind of like that creamy punch of fruit, where it's just like, man, that's really, really good. I smell in here, I smell the watermelon, but there's so much fruit in here, they all blend into one just fruity masterpiece, in my opinion. And I'm getting a little bit of the banana. It's like a fresh, smashed banana. If you're getting ready to make banana nut bread, when you have to mash up your ripe bananas, let them blacken on the counter, mash them up, get those sugars going. That type of banana. Oh, I can get a little bit of that in here. I get the watermelon. I'm getting the pomegranate. I'm getting it all. This was very well done. Very well done. Okay. 2 more. Okay, this one is Sam Crow. Okay, Sam Crow is Sons of Anarchy. It's the Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club Redwood Original. That, if you've ever watched Sons of Anarchy, that's the mother club of Sons of Anarchy Motorcycle Club. So, my husband and I have been together for 13 years. And I watched, Sons of Anarchy is one of my favorite television shows. I watched it, I think, the year after it ended. And I think it ended around 2011, 2012, somewhere around there. I watched it not that long after the series ended, because if I don't start a series when it starts, now we have streaming and stuff, and you can kind of catch up if you have Hulu and all those different streaming things. I wanted to wait for the show to end, like permanently end, before I started watching it, because back then I bought all the DVDs, before streaming and all those things. I watched Sons of Anarchy, and it blew me away. It was just a bonus that Charlie Hunnam, who plays the main character Jax, is my ultimate hall pass. Everybody knows that. I love him. And yes, the show has a lot of violence. It's got profanity. It has adult content, and it isn't for the faint of heart, especially in the latter part of the series. But it's highly rated by a lot of people, a lot of critics and such. Sam Crow. So we are watching Sons of Anarchy. We are in between the end of season 6 and the beginning of season 7. So we have to start season 7. the big event that happens at the end of season 6. I told my husband there were a couple of other shows he wanted to watch. There was a couple of documentaries on Netflix he wanted to watch. And then he had these trips. He was out of town last weekend and this weekend and next weekend. So I said, let's take a little break from Sons and we'll watch other regular stuff. And then when he comes back, we'll start season 7. So Sam Crow, I named this because this is a masculine blend, and this is my ultimate experimental blend. So this one probably won't sell out. This one is going to be one that probably has to go in mystery boxes because this one isn't for everybody. But I wanted to at least try. This is, and where the inspiration came for this blend is I was watching QVC. There's a method behind my madness here. Just I was watching QVC at Christmas time, and Harry Slatkin, which a lot of us, you either like him or you don't like him. I liked Slatkin back when he was with Bath and Body Works, and now he has his own company, Homeworks, and all those things, and I don't get good performance from Harry's products. However, he had a candle on QVC at Christmas time, and it was black pepper patchouli or some black pepper pine patchouli. And I thought, man, that sounds really good. Like, I would love to have that type of fragrance in my home because it sounds like it would be different and it would be masculine, but it has a little bit of outdoorsiness to it. So this one is pine, black pepper, bergamot, and patchouli. So pine and black pepper. Bergamot is a citrus fruit, which is used in a lot of masculine, sexy cologne fragrances, and then patchouli. So this one, I like this. I do. It's different. This is not for everybody, and I am not going to try to pretend to get you to try this one just because, unless you like these notes. But the beauty with customs is you can blend most anything that you want. So I like this. You get the pine. It's very outdoorsy, but it's mixed with patchouli and it's mixed with bergamot. This is just, it's an outdoorsy blend, and it's interesting, but I like it. So some of these bags, sometimes the shapes in here, depending on what molds they use, you can have a little bit of a opening up here. So what I did is I bought some larger bags, which are in another order, and I just put this bag down in a poly bag. So then, you know, as I use this blend up, I can just empty the shapes, or you can just take them out of the bakery bags, do whatever you want to do. But just, even though over time, I mean, these are safe in these bags, but over time, they can get little holes in them, and then up here, the seal. So I just thought I would recommend, you know, double bagging if you don't already do so. So my last one in here, and then this video is a wrap, an hour and 12. This is Insomniacs Anonymous. This is my coffee blend, my second coffee blend. This is coffee bean, spiced oat milk, cream cheese frosting, and cinnamon bread pudding. So I love coffee bean. Coffee bean is my favorite coffee oil ever. Oh my God. Oh, this is really a Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk on steroids, because if you think about it, spiced oat milk is oat milk with cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, I think. Maybe just a touch of nutmeg, but not much. It's predominantly cinnamon. And you have the Cafe Cubano, which is just Cuban coffee, which is coffee with brown sugar. But I chose to make it a little bit richer and use coffee bean. So I added the spiced oat milk in with your coffee bean. And then I added cream cheese frosting for extra richness. And then I took the cinnamon a step further and I added cinnamon bread pudding, which is fattening, thick, eggy, creamy bread with your cinnamon. Oh, this is perfect. This is Cafe Cubano on steroids. So if you like, where is my sweet caffeine? If you like your Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk, and you happen to grab the coffee bean spiced oat milk cream cheese frosting, you'll be in for a treat because this is really, really good. So I have my little samples here. This first one is pistachio, toasted coconut fluff, amaretto, and graham cracker pie crust. These are samples that they poured from Pie Day because you can see the little Pie Day logo here. This was, I didn't buy this pie actually, believe it or not. This is, I'll tell you why I didn't buy it, because I've had pistachio and coconut cream pie before. I actually made a custom of it. And believe it or not, I don't really care for how pistachio and coconut cream pie marry together. It's a little, I don't want to say plastic, but it's a little weird to my nose. But I haven't had it with graham cracker before or amaretto. So, but I still do get that little bit of weirdness that the coconut and the pistachio make together. So that one, I'll melt it though. And then sometimes you just have to be careful. The front part of your bags can rip. So you can see I can put my finger in there. Just be careful when you get your custom bags home. Your custom bags home. This next one is bourbon butterscotch wood smoke pie crust. Tam would like this one. She likes her bourbon butterscotch oil. That's nice. I should have bought this one because that wood smoke can blow you out of the house. It's like burning wood, which I like, but sometimes it can be too much. This is very well done. Bourbon butterscotch. I love butterscotch. The bourbon butterscotch oil is really good. That's a fantastic one. So if you got that one, you're going to be in for a treat. And this last one, I think I got this one actually. This is blueberry cobbler, graham crackers, vanilla custard, and buttermilk pie with pie crust. Buttermilk pie is vanilla custard, sugar cookie royale, and creme brulee with pie crust. That was, I think, 2 years ago. Angela Thrasher made buttermilk pie. So that was all kit and caboodle, if you remember, if you've been shopping with L3 for a few years. Buttermilk pie is a good vanilla bakery. This one is blueberry cobbler. I didn't show you this one here. Blueberry cobbler is dominant in this, but you do get the creaminess of that vanilla custard and that buttermilk pie. So, okay, that was my beautiful order of 25 customs. So I hope you enjoyed this video and a little bit of where I'm coming from with my blends. And if you got any of these extras, I hope you enjoy them. If you have any questions, about blends, feel free to reach out to me. I know several of you have, over the months and over the years of us getting to know each other. I love to help with ideas, throw it my way. I love to blend on my own here in my home. I always say take a chance. You never know when you have your wild card. So hope everyone has the rest of their beautiful weekend. Remember to be real, not perfect, and to take care of you and live your days to the best you can. You never know what the future's going to bring. I'm not trying to be morbid, but just choose happiness. So, like I said, stay safe, stay warm, stay cool wherever you are, and I'll see you soon.